Calling all runners. Are you looking to elevate your running? Would you like the opportunity to be coached by some of the best minds in the sport today, as well as elite marathoners and Olympic athletes? Look no further than Next Best Run. They're committed to helping you achieve your running goals. The company was founded by two-time Olympian and elite marathoner Kim Connolly, as well as her husband and longtime coach, Drew Wardenberg. They've assembled a dynamic coaching roster that wants to help you reach your full potential in running, regardless of if you've never run before or if you've been running for your entire life. They offer personalized and adjustable coaching plans that meet your running needs, but those plans will take your running to the next level, y'all. They specialize in communication and communicating with their athletes, so do not be afraid to email, text, or set up video chats as much as needed. They also do group runs around the country, so who knows, they may be coming to your city. And guess what? It gets even better. The good news is you get all of these amazing features at an elite price. If you're interested in signing up, visit www.nextbestrun.com or follow them on social media. Let the staff at Next Best Run take your running to the next level. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, and welcome to Lactic Acid. I'm your host, Dominique Smith, and today I have a certified baller, shot caller. He might as well be the handyman because he is fixing everything up on and off the running course. Got more juice than Minute Maid, more interesting than the dude in the Dos Equis commercial. And guess what? He is coming for that #1 spot, just like Ludacris said. It was about this time 25 years ago or whatever it seems when that jam came out. So they got to give homage to the GOATs, to the big time jam back in the day. He is none other than the legend that is Mr. Vegas himself, Craig Engels, aka Brother Thor. What's going on with you, man? How you feeling?
Dude, what an absolute intro. Did that just come off the top of your head?
It did. I don't prep these intros.
That was beautiful.
At
God,
all.
I have a tear coming from my eye, I think.
Listen, as we said in journalism school, the truth never expires. All thriller, no filler. That's how we roll up in here. So yeah, man, listen, I don't prep with the intros, and I think that's the funny thing that people may think, like, oh, you have to prep this. No. If I prepped it, it wouldn't flow. That's why sometimes I may mess up, but it's all facts. We only speak facts on this show because the truth never expires. That's how it is. So, but
Dude,
listen,
I
man.
love it.
Listen, you know how it is. We got to get started with this. I'm asking this question. We're transitioning to the fall, so I have to switch up the opening question a little bit. But let's just say the world is starting to realize how awesome you are and how they need this energy. You got that little starburst energy, that orange starburst energy that people need. Get them going. That little pink and orange starburst. If you listen, back then, you know what it is. If you're a 90s kid, I'm 29. So, you know, that was my jam back in the day.
I'm a pink and red guy myself, but orange, to each their own, man. To each their own.
Pink and red. Let's roll with pink and red. How about this? You got that gushers energy, that fruit roll up, that kind of, yeah. Sour Patch Kids? You a Sour Patch
Gushers. Kid? Sour Gushers.
Sour
That's
Gushers.
what I was raised on.
Listen.
Who knows what it was filled with? Who knows what we were putting in our body?
It's toughness. That's what it is. That's how you instill toughness. Those sour gushers, that instills toughness. Enamel, cavities, and toughness. That's what it's about.
That's what makes elite athletes.
Yeah, that's why our generation's built different. That may be good and bad, but it's true. But let's say the companies want to do a promotion centering around your awesomeness. Those companies happen to be Disney/Universal. It happens to be Food Network. And it happens to be Nickelodeon. This is what they're going to do for you. Food Network came together, say, yo, we gotta hook this brother up. So what we're going to do, we want to know what bread that he loves. So the options you have, and if you have another one that you prefer, please choose it. Cheesecake Factory, their bread. We're going to go with Outback, their bread. We're going to go with Longhorns, their bread. Texas Roadhouse, their dinner rolls. We're going to go with Olive Garden, their breadsticks. We're going with Red Lobster, those Cheddar Bay biscuits.
I was hoping you'd say that. Come on.
Listen, we're going with them. And listen, I haven't had somebody come on here and say a Popeyes biscuit. So that's, you build grade A when you get a Popeyes biscuit without the drink. So you can even choose that. But they're going to give you a lifetime supply of the bread that you choose, bread or rolls or biscuits that you choose. One of those. Nickelodeon, there was a show back in the day called The Wild Thornberrys. The main character, Eliza Thornberrys, had the yes, sir. Donnie, shout out to my dog. Speaking in that dude spoke in cursive. But She had the ability to talk to animals. That ability is going to be bestowed upon you. You get to pick the animal that you want to choose to talk with. Lastly, Disney, Universal. Two main theme parks. It cannot be your dog. Disney, Universal, but shout out to the dog. Are the two main theme parks. I live here in Orlando, so they run pretty much Central Florida. You get a chance. They're gonna listen. They got 2 days. You got 2 days. They're gonna kick everybody out. It's all gonna be you. You get to pick the theme park that you want to spend a weekend in. So I need this bread. I need this animal, and I need the theme park.
Okay. I don't know if I don't know if they have them in Orlando, but I'm a biscuit guy through and through. I love biscuits more than anything. And
I know what you're gonna say. I feel like
you
I know
know
what you're gonna say.
Bojangles. Come on.
I knew it was Bojangles. I knew it was Bojangles. I knew it was Bojangles. I'm
Yes,
with
I
it.
love Bojangles.
Shout out to that Bowberry biscuit, man.
Bowberry biscuit, Cajun filet biscuit. Oh my goodness. But out of the ones you mentioned, man, Red Lobster has a soft spot in my heart. I haven't been there in about 20 years.
Yeah, listen, I
But those
understand that.
biscuits, oh my gosh.
So
Indian.
we can roll with um Bojangles.
We're
We can
staying
roll
with
with that.
Bojangles for sure, but you mentioned some good breads and you got my mouth watering.
I got you, man.
Man, yeah. What was the other one I liked a lot? God, you
I
mentioned
think
another
Texas
Texas
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Oh, I was on a road trip and stopped by one of those with my buddy, and we ate like 30 of those rolls.
Listen, man, if you
Someone
are
died
American,
eating too many of them.
I believe it. Listen, I didn't gain some weight just off bread alone. I know the Bible say man can't eat on bread alone. Jesus said that, but he knows that I've been gaining weight on bread alone. So it is one of those things, man. We used to have, they closed down, Bojangles in Orlando. They closed, we used to have like
They
two or three of
closed
them,
it.
two of them, and they closed it down. I think they put one up in Sanford, which is like 45 minutes away, but they only sell chicken tenders now. But yeah, I used to mess with Bojangles. Man, got the Bowberry biscuit. I used to get me a 2 or 3 piece with some fries, some macaroni and cheese.
Mhm.
Oh man, Bojangles is different. That's a different chicken biscuit. That is a true Southern chicken biscuit. So
And I'm rolling with them the rest of
if
my
you,
life.
yeah, so if you're an athlete and you lack salt, go get yourself a chicken biscuit from
I
Bojangles.
just had one. I actually had a Bojangles yesterday in the Charlotte airport, and I was like halfway through the biscuit, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm good on salt for the month."
Listen, that with some sweet tea, I thought
Oh,
I was, dude, my body was just tripping. Like,
yeah,
you
you start
can't,
hallucinating. You're thinking you're at Burning Man.
because it's like, oh, dang, you got the high blood pressure. Dang, you got high blood sugar. Like, which one, like, which one is it? But it's like true. Oh, man, Bojangles. Listen, you know what it is. You know good food.
I
You're from
do.
the
Oh
South.
man.
You understand it. And listen, shout out to the Charlotte airport and Atlanta's airport, because
Mhm.
I'm telling you, if I don't want to go on a date, I can't find anywhere to go, just go to the Atlanta airport,
Yeah,
because they have some of the best food I've ever
they got a
had.
good. They got Chick-fil-A. Don't go on
But
a
they
Sunday.
put seasoning on that chicken. Like, yo, I'm from the South. I know what seasoning tastes like. And this is not the Chick-fil-A that you get around the corner or like everything. Like, yo, there's some, I taste some paprika up in here. Definitely. All right. What are we doing about this animal, man?
Sorry, I was so what was it? I was focused. I have ADHD and I was already focused on the third question.
Okay, let's do the third question second.
I'm a Harry Potter nerd.
Okay.
And I think that's part of this thing. So I've never gotten to go, but I'd like to go to that
Harry Potter World at the
Harry
Universal.
Potter world. But actually, so I had a track meet when I was in college, and when you travel to track meets in college, you're supposed to stay with your team, and like you do everything the team does and everything. But my coach actually went to a separate track meet at Stanford, or he was in like California. So me and my girlfriend, I was like 21 at the time, we rented a car, which you're like not supposed to be able to rent a car under 25 unless you pay a huge fee. But I showed up and they were out of all cars except for this Camaro.
Oh
So we hopped
boy.
in the Camaro. Her grandma or her aunt or someone worked for Disney got us free Disney tickets, and we ripped like 100 the whole way down from Gainesville to Orlando. I went to Disney all day before the coach called me and was like, "Hey, I heard you missed the team dinner. Where are you at?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just running a few errands."
Dog, I was just killing rodents or whatever case might be. Oh man, what theme park did you go to? Like what park? Because Disney
I
has
think the
Hollywood
Disney.
Studios.
They did like the one with the Space Mountain, I think. Or is that?
Oh, that's not Epcot. That's it could be Epcot.
Maybe it was. Yeah.
Or
We
it's,
didn't have,
it's
we only had a few hours, so we were just like running around.
dude, you thank God Gainesville's an hour and a half away from Orlando. Because oh
So,
man. See,
so
if
my
you go ahead.
so wait, this is if they're sponsoring me and I got to go to the same one for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Harry Potter might get boring though.
They're adding to it. So
Okay.
I have been to Harry Potter World and I must say it is quite lit. So they've already added like 2 new roller coasters. The butterbeer is legit. They have a little magic show. I don't even like Harry Potter like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
dang, like let me get a wand real quick. Um and it's actually quite legit. It's gonna take up pretty much all Universal within the next 4 or 5 years. Four to
Wow,
five
that's
years.
crazy. Yeah.
So, but Disney is like the never ending story. I've been to Disney too many times.
That's why you
But
live there, right? You live there.
just for Disney, just
Yes.
29 years. I was born and it's just for the purpose of Disney. That's it. Um, but like Epcot is legit because they have like the food and wine festivals. They have all these little things. It's like for adults, but then they have this thing called Around the World, which is like different beer and spirits from the different countries on different continents. And so if you can make it to like sea without alcohol poisoning, then you're built different. Uh because it's legit. Like you get beer from Germany and I think I forgot what you get from Japan or whatever the case might be. So it's like legit. So I don't know.
Sake.
There's sake, yeah. So there's an argument to be made. So what about this animal that you could talk to? That's not your dog.
Animal that I could talk to, but for some reason I'm obsessed with llamas.
Okay.
I got a
Okay.
llama tattoo. I don't know how this like thing works, but I got a
Okay.
llama tattoo right here.
We can see it loud and clear. Yeah. We got you.
I'd love to talk to llamas. I feel like they're pretty wise.
I feel like, please correct me if I'm wrong. You probably watched The Emperor's New Groove,
Oh yeah.
and that was like that was the vibe. That was the jam.
Must be it. I must be stuck on my childhood, Emperor's New Groove.
Listen, 90s was the best time.
Yeah.
Like I was born of April 94. Listen, that
94,
was
baby. I'm May
yes,
94.
sir.
Come on.
Listen, let's go. Let's go. You know what it is. 93 and 94 stand up. Those were the prime time years. 95, I'm sorry. Y'all fell off. When it comes just to quality and everything. I don't know. It's just so I feel old because just all the shows from back in the day has been replaced with the stuff that's on TV now. And it's like you guys are missing like quality television.
Yeah, SpongeBob, so quality.
Quality, like the old SpongeBob, not this new crap they're doing. Like quality SpongeBob, quality Nickelodeon, all that. Hey Arnold, Rugrats,
Oh
Rocket
god, yeah.
Power. Um, we're gonna get back to SpongeBob in a second because I don't know why I've been asking this question, but it's shout out to Val Constantine because it stemmed from a conversation that she and I had.
She
But I
seems
want to
awesome.
get she is the best. Y'all need to follow her YouTube page. Do it because I said so. Type in Valerie Constantine and follow her YouTube page and her inspirational journey.
Let's go.
And if you're her opponents, just scout the competition because she's gonna win. Uh that's what you do. You need to do the same thing with Thor here. Scout the competition. Don't be surprised when he shows up, hashtag Nelly, heart of a champion, and he dominates. But you are on the road to domination. First of all, when we talk about toughness, Thor almost made the team low key with the torn Achilles.
Yeah.
Like it takes people months, a year. He was about to pull up and make the team within 3 months, 90 days. Like that's just, I mean, that's like low key short notice. Like how rude. You didn't even tell the opponents that you're coming within that 90-day time frame to win. And you gave a valiant effort, man. And listen, you had a good season from an outsider's point of view. And from your point of view, especially this cycle has just been crazy for athletes because you had COVID, you had Doha, and then you had the mental gymnastics of COVID and just the unfortunate reality of people getting the virus, and then how mentally draining and just physically draining it was because there was the Olympics, there wasn't. And then 2021, you have the Olympics. 2022, you got to turn back around. You have Worlds in Oregon. And then 2023, you have Doha. And then 2024, the Olympics. But you set yourself up nicely to be a contender on the stage to make the Olympic team. How did your season pan out for you, especially with the goals that you have going forward?
Let's see. This season, so I don't know. So do a lot of your podcast listeners like follow the sport pretty religiously, or like what is the what's the audience here, so I know like how detailed to speak?
You go as detailed as humanly possible. I'm gonna write on it too. Go ahead. Let them
I'm
use
I'm
you.
pretty I'm bad at going detailed because I feel like
Well, here's the thing. Say what you need. John Mayer sang a song about it. It was a hit. So I'm going to tell you what Brother Mayer said. Say what you need to say. Have no fear of caving in. Say what you need to say. It could be as little. It could be a Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Or it could be as detailed as you want to. It's all up to you.
That's funny. Yeah. So I was starting to do really well in 2019, which seems like a decade ago. That's when I made world championships and won the US title. And then COVID hit. And I'm pretty motivated by like competition and like socializing and stuff. So as soon as COVID hit, there was no competitions and no socializing. I actually just went to Tennessee. I just immediately, I heard flights were cheap, so I went to Hawaii, and then Hawaii was about to close on the island, so I flew to Tennessee.
Oh, man.
And then I built out a Sprinter van there and just lived with my buddies for a few months. But I pretty much like gave up on running, and I was like, well, hopefully everyone else is giving up too. But I think a lot of people took that time to like really focus in and like be the best runner possible, and I did the opposite, unfortunately. Unfortunately for running, I mean, but I enjoy my life so much. I had so much fun. I reconnected with old friends for like unforgettable times. So I'm really stoked that like I had my mindset, but also it really affected my running, and I hadn't really gotten to get the ball back rolling. And then I got injured in 2022, and then I got injured in 2023. So it's been a rough path back since COVID. But I've had so much fun along the ways, and I've enjoyed my life. But yeah, this season specifically, I I had tearing in my Achilles in December and got back to running April 1st, and I was trying to get ready to make the team, which would have been Budapest, Hungary, but I didn't have time, and I was so close, but I was close to making the final. But yeah, it was a rough one, a rough season, and running wise, I don't mean to be complaining. I enjoyed my life so much. I met the girlfriend I'm dating now while I was injured, and I've moved to San Luis Obispo, California, to like try and give running one more shot to get motivated again. But yeah, it was a rough season running wise, but I've had so much fun.
Well, let me ask you this. You say like taking the time off was not good for you from a standpoint of running. But is it too early to say that? Because mentally you got yourself in a space. Runners are, professional running is like you're kind of robotic. You have a routine, you got to stick to it. You have to, be present. And then when you look at the pressure of sponsorships and the financial, ordeal. So it's very, very straight and narrow. There's no, wiggle room. But you actually went outside the box and you got yourself mentally right. And so when it comes to racing at the big stage, is there something to be said that you taking the road less travels actually will benefit you in the long run when it comes to running and when it comes to achieving the goals of making it to Paris?
I would like to say yes, but like I will never look back on my life and regret like missing weddings because I don't really do that. I won't look back on my life and regret like maintaining friendships or hanging out with friends or family and stuff like that. But you kind of do have to commit your entire life nowadays if you want to be at the top of the podium. You have to commit your entire life, and you kind of do have to live this monk type lifestyle. Like you can still have fun and stuff, but like I can't go out and build RVs out like I love to because I'm out. That puts you on your legs for 10 hours a day. So yeah, I've taken the road less traveled, and it's definitely helped me mentally stay in the game. I'm 29 years old, and most people are done by the age they're like 22 because running is as soon as they're done with college, they're like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, like, if I have a legacy, I would hope it would be that like you can enjoy your life while still being serious. Like maybe I'll never have the medals that people do, but like I've enjoyed my life and like I've gotten to have fun the whole time.
Well, I'm gonna get to that RB thing because I think we need to change your nickname. Um,
Oh, come on.
but I got one or two more, and then we're gonna vary from running. You said something that was really profound about your legacy. I feel like in a way, at first the initial question I was gonna ask was like, Drake had a bar that should be in the Hall of Fame that said, and I didn't know if you heard that, like somebody told that to you, which was like motivation when he said, I had someone tell me I fell off. Ooh, I needed that. But uh I don't think you need that because it seems like your mentality has shifted so far beyond running that it could provide hope for a new generation of athletes because running could be, especially, some of these kids are running as soon as they get a diaper on, essentially. And, you're trying to maintain that to like change the game, essentially. But do you feel in your own way of how you're living your life and how you are prioritizing your mental health, your well being, your joy, that it can open doors for other people who may not, I don't know, who may look for an escape that will help them not just in running, but just how they view the sport and how they view life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, well, so I mean, we as runners, like we're not too marketed, I guess, like people see us on TV every 4 years, once every 4 years. That's what, like the general public thinks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of fans that see every track meet and stuff, so that there's obviously more to running, but like in the grand scheme of things, they really only see us once every 4 years. And I've I'm sponsored by Nike and then another company called Extreme Endurance.
Mm-hmm.
And these companies, like I've signed with those two companies because I was hoping that like they would help move the sport forward through like marketing.
Right.
And Nike does a good job. Obviously, Nike like dominates the sport, but like I really like the grassroots and the company that I'm sponsored by, the other company, Extreme Endurance, I'm sponsored by. Like we've started hosting meetups. Like whenever I'm in a city, they'll be like, "Hey, you want to do one meet up here and like meet up with a bunch of people to run?" And I meet those kids, and everyone's like really cool. Like runners are always really unique and like a little different. Like I was like kind of weird,
It's all
which I,
good.
I like weird. Some people think it's an insult, but I like I don't want to be the same as everyone else. And that's like why I had the mullet and the mustache. And that's why I do whatever I want. So I hope that like through my sponsors and through my social media, which I'm not like the biggest fan of, like we can like get a reach out to like kids that, maybe don't feel like they belong in a place, and then they find running where like they see someone as weird as me, where they're like, oh, I'm different like that guy. Let's go run.
How is like your mentality? This will be the last one. How has it changed? Because I can't imagine. Because you balled out. You went to Ole Miss. You went to the SEC and ACC and put on for 'em. How has it changed over time to where it is now? Like you were like this, like a cup of Zen tea when it comes to just like how chill and relaxed and I don't know. It's a really cool perspective. Like all the questions I had, I just threw them in the trash. I'm interested in this
Dude, the college has changed a lot. It's like really like a professional breeding ground.
big time.
Oh, we used to have so much fun, man. Like it wasn't about like the future. When we went to college to be runners for the team, we had goals, obviously. Like we wanted to do the best we could for the team, but like we were all about like let's have so much fun in college. Like let's get a degree. Let's score as many points at the conference championships, at national championships. Let's just have fun. But now it's like I have to go to this specific college because I want to be a professional runner in 5 years. And I'm like, damn, like 90% of those people, 99% of those people with that mentality are going to fail. And that's like sad to me. But that's like just the mentality and how it's changed nowadays, where everyone thinks they could be a professional runner, and you'll either burn yourself out or you'll be disappointed in yourself. And I think it's like what I've done is just enjoyed the journey and enjoy the present and never really like had goals until you like it's hard not to like have goals, but it's really hard to have goals that are like 5 years away, 10 years away. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I answered your question or I'm just rambling, but it has changed. Yes, it's changed since I was in college.
What are the three things? I'm not going to ask that. I usually ask the guests, what are three things that people do not know about the legend that is Craig Engels? I'm not going to ask that. I'm just going to get
No,
into
no,
the
no, no.
stuff.
This is a good one, and I'd love for people to know. Come on.
Please, okay, then take over, take off.
I hate social media.
Okay, that's number one. Come
Like that's
strong.
where I'm big on. I have a like a big following on social media, but like I don't know if it really represents me. Because when I meet people, this is my number two, they just want a selfie. Like if I meet a bunch of kids, they're like, "Hey, can I have a selfie?" And I'm like, if you knew me, you'd know I want to have a conversation. You'd know I want to go for a cool down run. You'd know I'd want to like you to tell me a cool story about you, or like tell me like I just want to interact. And
Hmm.
like that's something I guess most people don't know because they just ask for a selfie.
So let's keep it at two because I have a suggestion. What if we did this? What if we first of all, who were your sponsors? Nike and Endurance Running or
Yeah,
Endurance
extreme endurance. It's like the
Extreme.
supplement company. Yeah.
Okay, Extreme Endurance sponsor this podcast. Uh, yeah, let's do that.
Probably
Go ahead.
would. They probably would.
Need to reach out to somebody from Extreme Endurance. Sponsor, come on, sponsor, brother. We can do big things. That's one. Two, instead of a group run, how about we have something called Conversations with Craig?
I like it.
You can start on Instagram and just have a 20-minute conversation just about anything. Have people send in questions. You can do it weekly, you can do it monthly, you could just do it whatever. But it initiates conversation and it allows people to see the baller that is within instead of the Mike Gundy looking guy essentially on social media.
Yeah.
When you do these group runs, listen, before we run, we're going to talk. We're going to talk. So everybody gets in. If you're of age, let's have beer, coffee, donuts, or whatever the case might be. And everybody just talk. Everybody just chat.
I
So
like
how
that. What we do that on Instagram Live or something?
and in person.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I
You
like that.
start with Instagram Live just to kind of get a feel, but instead by doing it on Instagram, it's like, okay, everybody that follows you will really get to know who you are instead of this perceived. So they'll want a selfie, sure, because it's cool. You want to take pictures, and that's fine. But even more so, they want to talk to the person and stuff because they will get to know you better, and then maybe your story can relate to theirs and what they're going through.
I like it.
Conversations with Craig.
Yeah, I like it, but but then I got to get on social media more.
No. But I'm just saying, once a month. And thank you for answering my DM. Let's come
Oh
on the
yeah,
show.
yeah.
But just like once every month, once every 2 months or something like that. It doesn't have to be like an everyday thing. I wouldn't say everyday thing. But like once a month, you feeling good, chilling and everything. Just a quick combo. Have people send in some questions and everything just for the first episode
Yeah.
and everything. And then you just record it. You can record it on Zoom or whatever. And then you just post it. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
technically you're not directly on social media, but it's a different way to engage. And then more people get to know about you and everything like that. You pose some questions to some people. And then when it's time to meet up, they know you from a different perspective. You're just not the dude on Instagram that they want pictures with or because they saw something. They actually want to talk with you. It actually forms conversation because everything is phone centered. I mean, I'm on my phone, everybody's on their phone, everybody's on social media. But the interaction, the day by day, that's what like an art that's lost is calling people on the phone and stuff like that. Everything is like easier. Everything is easier when it comes to texting, when it comes to direct messaging, WhatsApp, or whatever the case might be. But actually having a conversation with somebody on the phone can change the trajectory of somebody's life or somebody's journey.
100%.
So that's what I was saying, from that aspect. Conversations with Craig, but you determine how you want to do it. You don't have to be on social media 24/7, 7 days a week.
I like it. You've got my gears turning now.
Yeah. And then when you meet, instead of everybody meeting for a run, hey, get about 8 or 9 pizzas or whatever the case might be. Let's get some drinks. Everybody, let's just have a good time. You have some music, but everybody's talking, everybody's communicating. You start doing some Q&As, live Q&As, in-person Q&As and stuff. That way people know you and it's not a misrepresentation or a misinterpretation of who you are as a person.
I like it.
Okay. That's just my suggestion. That's just
No,
my
it's a
suggestion.
great idea. You got my gears turning now.
Yeah. But I'm gonna let you simmer on that. What I honestly, your nickname is Thor. I don't know how you got that nickname. So let me just ask before I say the suggested nickname that I would upgrade it to. How do we get to
My buddy growing up called me Craigathor.
Craigathor? Okay.
Because there's not many nicknames you can have with Craig. There's Craigery, but Craigathor was cooler. And I never thought it would be a thing. Like I never thought I didn't really even know what social media would become, So it was just my name on social media, Craigathor.
I
It was
think
better
you're
than my RuneScape name, which was Crazy Craig 94.
oh boy. Who remembers that? That is vintage. This is Wednesday, man. That's a throwback Thursday.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
No, this Wednesday. That's a way back Wednesday. We just had a way back Wednesday moment. I think your nickname should be freaking Bob the Builder. Craig Bob the Builder Engels.
Craig Bob the Builder.
Yes, Bob the Builder, because you work on RVs. Like that is some elite handyman legit stuff. I like it because there's only 2 people who engage in that. If you have to be from the north or you have to be from the south, no in between. And so that is definitely something. Or even from the West Coast, I can see people on the West Coast doing RVs. How did you get into operating RVs, and what is the most legit RV that you turned around?
Dude, I honestly have no idea why I got so into RVs. I think my family took a trip when I was a kid, and like it was just so cool to be able to, like pee while you're driving.
Yeah.
Or play a game of cards or sleep. And I was just like, oh my gosh, we could literally go forever.
Yeah.
But then I didn't realize that when I'm the driver, it's still just like driving a car, but everyone else can everyone else can pee. I can still pee my pants if I wanted, but
Yeah, pull over on the side of the road and just let it fly. Don't do that, y'all. People who listen, don't do that. We don't condone that. You will get arrested.
But yeah, the favorite RV that I've ever flipped was I bought a Sprinter van in North Carolina for $3,000.
Okay.
Oh, this was before COVID hit. So no, like, sorry, it was right when COVID hit. So everyone's stuff was really cheap. There was a dip and then everything went way up. I don't,
Yeah.
but I got it during the dip and like I got a van for $3,000, which is unheard of. I put $7,000 more into it and then drove it across the country for a few weeks and enjoyed it for like a month, I think. And then just as soon as I got to Portland, sold it for 18,000. So $8,000 profit after a vacation. I was just like, sweet.
That is playing chess and not checkers. Like I said, king me.
Craziest
Dang.
thing is like they got a good deal on it. Like 18,000 is still an unreal deal. It would if I had waited like 6 more months, it could have sold for 30,000.
So let me ask you this: Are you do interior, exterior, or all the above?
Mostly interior, some engine work, but if it needed it exterior, I could do that too. I love it. Just
Dang,
like any shine.
that's what I'm saying. Bob the freaking builder, man. Like
At the house I'm living at now, I just built a sauna from scratch.
from scratch.
It's pretty sweet. I mean, just from wood from Home Depot, but like you could buy kits online. But I designed it myself because it was like this weird nook.
Where do you get the skill set from? This is like some Kyrie Irving dribbling.
YouTube, my guy. YouTube.
YouTube,
Anything you need to learn is on YouTube.
dude. I'm about to be a handyman. But I got some stuff I'm about to learn how to. I was trying to figure out. I want to build something. Like I want to just. I don't even know what I want to build. Just build something to have it. YouTube. You YouTubed your way into a profession.
Dude, yeah. So the last 2 years I lived in I lived in Portland for 5 years after I graduated college, 2017 to 2022. And the last 2 years I was there, I bought a house and rented the front house out. Then me, Donovan Brazier, and Eric Jenkins, we built a fence. And in the backyard, there was this big shed that we converted into a house.
What in the world?
So it was a pole barn. We ran plumbing from the house. We ran Wi-Fi from the house. There was already electricity out there. And then I put in insulation, drywall, some more electrical for a stove.
You put electrical in? Don't you have to
Yeah.
have a license for that?
Yeah, don't tell the inspectors, but I lived there for 2 years in the shed. It was pretty cold in the winter. It was the only heat source I had was a wood-fired stove.
Bro,
It was crazy, yeah.
what did your coach say?
Maybe the reason I didn't run well, I don't know.
Dang. Ooh, that's cold-blooded.
No,
Is
that might
cold.
be from me, not from him.
Oh, I was about to say he said that. I was like, dang, that is cold-blooded. Wow. I knew you had skills, but that is dang. Yeah, start calling you Craig Jackson. That's like Lamar Jackson level kind of skill set what he does on the football field. I have to ask, man. I saw a picture that kind of confused me. Did you and your girl go see Oppenheimer or Barbie? Because I was like, what? Or Oppenheimer or whatever the case might be.
We saw Barbie and everyone was dressing up for Barbie, and we said, let's do the opposite. She'll be Ken, I'll be Barbie. So she supplied me with her clothes and I supplied her with my clothes, but one of us looked a bit more ridiculous in extra small women's clothes.
I wish I was at the theater.
But this is what happened. I live like pretty close to the theater. It's probably like it's probably a little over half a mile. I've never felt more self-conscious walking down the street in a short skirt and a crop top.
Bro, why didn't you just wear like a long coat?
She didn't have a long pink coat. She got to choose my outfit. I got to choose hers.
Dang.
So it was a lot of fun. It was really funny. This is her, by the way, in the background. That's us in
Vegas. I love
clothes.
it.
In our own clothes.
In your own clothes. Oh man, I just see at that point you just say, "Listen, I lost a bet in fantasy football."
But we were walking into the theater, and we handed the person our tickets at the front, and they were like, "Barbie's that way," and I was like, "Who said we're going to see Barbie?"
It's like, dude, like how dare you? Like
I'm
how
like, I'm going to see Oppenheimer. This is just a normal day.
Like, what was that
So then I used
quote?
that as my caption, and I think it confused a lot of people.
Oh, it confused me because I'm like, did they rolled up to Oppenheimer in that? Like, of all the movies, like you sat in that 3.5 hour long movie dressed in
I'll
as
tell you,
that.
in a skirt, it was pretty uncomfortable.
Did yeah? Like, how did you use the bathroom? That, like, what? Oh my gosh, dude, you're different. I hope Nike extended your contract because that's some Air Max energy. Oh my goodness. Um, how was Barbie?
Barbie was awesome.
Really?
It
Did
was a
you?
great movie. I'm like a huge Margot Robbie fan.
Okay, listen, she's the best. She's awesome. So I'm not mad at that. I just had to ask about that. I had to ask about that.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's like a deeper. They made fun of everyone in it.
So it's just like a giant roasting session.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. It's kind of like that movie Don't Look Up with Jonah Hill. I don't know if you saw it.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Okay,
not kind of like that, but like it gave me similar vibes where I'm like, dang, they just took a shot at everyone in this movie. Like
nobody's safe.
capitalism, the government, uh, big corporations, masculine energy, feminism. They make fun of everything.
That's SNL. Like that's
Yeah,
old vintage SNL. So
yeah.
you're from the South, so I have to ask. You made a transition from Southern cuisine to whatever is served in Oregon. Um, Granted, I'm going back to Eugene for the Prefontaine Classic.
Oh, nice.
Um, and I'm thinking about packing some Lowry seasoning salt with me. Just to take, if Beyonce could bring hot sauce in her bag, I could take some seasoning salt.
That's true.
Just in case, just in case. I always
You're like,
say
I'll
if you
take a sponsorship as well, Larry.
Lowry's, listen, we promote them. We promote them. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. That's Lowry's brand right there. How was that transition? Because I asked for sweet tea in Oregon and they brought me agave or something like that. And I was like, ooh, who is that?
Kombucha.
Kombucha. I was like, what? Who is that? Sounds like a basketball player.
Yeah,
Like,
why'd you
what?
call me? Uh, Oregon was different, man. Oregon's different than anything. Like,
Even California?
so I don't know. It's weird. The world's weird, but uh, the South gets a bad rap, but people were infinitely more friendly in the South. Like,
I feel that. Yeah.
even on the East Coast, people are like way more friendly than they are in Portland.
Really?
And I don't know what it is, but like everyone claims to be these like, oh, like I'm so inclusive, but no one's nice. Everyone's just like, I don't even know what is going on up there. Like I had a friend group up there that was awesome and like they're all nice, but like you don't walk down the street and say hey to people. Like it's so weird. And everyone's kind of scared of each other and you're scared of your car getting broken into and you're scared of
Dang.
like staying out too late and you're scared. It's just like a lot more to be scared of up there. Um you're scared of the food.
That's why they're not smiling. Like, jeez.
It is beautiful though. It's a beautiful place. It's like one of the most beautiful places I've been to in the world. The
it's
coast, the mountains, the green, everything, but it does rain a lot, which is tough to live in.
it is great for hiking. I will
Yeah.
say this. It is great for hiking, but if you don't have slip resistant shoes, you're not gonna make it. Uh but we talk about Bojangles. What is like, and I ask this because I'm sure you have a good taste in barbecue as well.
Ooh. North Carolina barbecue, not Texas barbecue.
Oh, all right. Why North Carolina barbecue?
I think North Carolina is vinegar based and Texas is mustard based. Don't quote me on that, but all the barbecue I ate in North Carolina was vinegar based and it was so good. But I'm not a mustard fan.
So South
So
Carolina,
yeah. Oh, maybe South Carolina. So one of them has mustard. I don't know who it is.
South Carolina's vinegar. No, North Carolina's vinegar.
Uh-huh.
South Carolina is mustard.
Yeah. Sorry, Texas. Please don't be
So
offended.
it's okay. I'm about to say something that may get me in some trouble. I had some horrible barbecue in Texas, and the place that I had it was on Piners Drive-ins and Dodge.
No way.
I'm dead
Was it
serious.
the Salt Lick outside of Austin?
It was in Houston.
Oh, okay, okay.
I had two really not so good meals in Houston. Uh, God, that don't mean your taste of food, because I've had some places that listen, I just want to get in that Camaro too. Like, take me with you. I'm nobody yet, but just take me with you. Just like sponsor me in life so I can eat this free food. But um I was like, yo, I had some bomb. It was legit. It was in a hotel, and I don't know who this brother was, but if I know you're probably not listening to this, but if somebody could relay that message to the dude that worked at the hotel in Houston, tell him that pulled pork, he put his foot in it, because that was the best pulled pork I've ever had in my entire life. But that brisket didn't slap the way that I was hoping it would, man.
That sucks.
Carolina, I would say this: Tennessee's barbecue is a mixture of vinegar and mustard, and it is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm impartial to the South, being a little sweet. I like a little sweet, so I guess that Kansas City style mixed in and everything.
Yeah.
But what is like a three? Like if I'm saying, yo, we're going to the barbecue joint, get 2 meats, 3 sides. Like, what are your 2 meats, 3 sides? What is the ultimate Craig Engels plate?
Dude, this is so funny because you asked about Oregon. You couldn't even have this conversation in Oregon. You have to be like, are you
Really?
vegan?
But I've seen they have barbecue places out there. It's like,
Oh, of course they have them. Yeah. But like, you have to be careful of who you talk about this to because they will be
oh, so
passionate.
I listen. People on this show knows that I probably pissed off a few vegans and stuff, and I'm so sorry. May the Lord bless and keep you. But they have pulled pork in heaven. I know they did. Just the Bible says it. They have brisket and pulled pork. When the prodigal son ran away, he said the fatted calf. Everybody know a fatted calf is pulled or is a brisket. So we know that they had brisket. And they have vegetables too and everything. So, but what is like your go-to? What is the master's go-to?
So I'm a big beef brisket person. So my sister's actually vegan and she sent enough pig videos in to where I don't really eat pork anymore.
Really?
I,
She
I
got you?
I ate it growing up, but like these pigs are like just as smart as dogs, and like it made
Okay,
me sad. It
just
made me. I
stop.
know, I
Just
know.
yeah.
I'm not preaching, but it made me sad enough to where I don't really eat pigs. Don't eat pig meat that much, but
No bacon?
I love beef. If I'm at a restaurant and I order it and it's on there, I would never ever be upset. And if someone
Okay.
cooks me breakfast, but I try and stay away for her sake because she gets very upset and it turns into arguments and stuff. But
You're a good man. You're a good man.
yeah,
Craig's sister, don't listen to this podcast because you're gonna come for me. But
but her favorite show is Diners. Is it Guy Fieri that does it?
yeah, Triple D, Diners, Drivers, and Dives. Dang.
Yeah, she loves that show, so she must just see it all. And she used to have a nacho Instagram where so I'm like, she used to eat meat, but so yeah, but I love beef brisket. Oh my gosh, beef is so good. And then yeah, what else am I ordering? Man, I haven't been to a barbecue spot in a while, being out here in
and
California.
in California,
Yeah, they have something out here called tri-tip steak, which is really
yeah.
nice.
Ooh, I tri-tips is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's famous out here. I don't know why, but it's really good. I love it.
Wow. But like, if you're going anywhere, what's your barbecue like go-to meal?
Uh, I go to this place called Little Richards in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. They got 3 little pigs running across their sign, and uh, man, they got the best hush puppies you could ever imagine.
Listen,
Oh my gosh, I love hush puppies and
listen,
banana pudding too.
listen. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
I remember like every weekend my family would we would go to the lake and we would get this food to go for a picnic, and it was just like the same stuff every weekend.
Dude, we low key make it from scratch here. Um,
Nice.
listen, it is different. Let me ask you this before we wrap up this thing with a bow. SpongeBob. Okay.
We're back.
I was talking with Val about this. She was saying the animal that she wants to talk with are squirrels. Yeah, squirrel.
They hold all the world's secrets.
But I said, as I moved this light over since my light just went off, and I posed this question, and I'm serious about it. Do you think that squirrels know who Sandy Cheeks is?
Mm,
Like, to me, they have to.
I
Like
don't
every go ahead.
I don't know how the communication from the ocean squirrels to the land squirrels goes.
But I feel like, but we look at like eternity and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying squirrels have their own version of the Holy Spirit, but like they have to know.
So you're thinking Sandy is equivalent to Jesus for squirrels.
No, I think instead of having the MJ LeBron debate, they don't have that because they have Sandy Cheeks.
Sandy's the goat.
Sandy's the GOAT to
She's the
me.
squirrel.
She is the squirrel. Like that is just my opinion. I was curious.
I do.
Like,
It's funny. I do love squirrels because I was so scrawny and wiry growing up. My friends called me Squirrel Boy.
oh boy, that is what show? Oh my gosh.
No, you're thinking of this YouTube prank where his brother he says, "Quit calling me Squirrel Boy." Maybe
Yes. I'm
I don't know
thinking
if
that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
his brother like turned off his Xbox and he goes and hides in a tree and he said, "Quit
That's
calling me."
oh my gosh, that is
Just
exactly we used to
unlock
mimic that in school all the time.
unlock some depths, dude.
Oh my gosh. I that is you are exactly right. I am so sorry. I'm thinking that is a show. Quit calling me Squirrel Boy. Oh my gosh. That was memories. But you're a SpongeBob SquarePants fan. Like who was like the go-to character back in the day for you?
Uh who would I quote the most is probably Patrick the Star. But I'm a
Legend.
villain, man. I was a big Plankton fan.
Are you kidding me?
I was like, man, this guy's gotta get the recipe at some point, or else I'm gonna lose my mind.
Dude, for real? Oh my
I was a Plankton guy. I was always cheering for him.
wow. 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 Okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I did not know that. You learn something new every day. I didn't know that. I will say this. There was an episode where Plankton roasted an entire family. I don't know if you remember that. He was in the this little it's like a fist that was in the ocean. It was like,
No.
hey, don't talk to my son that way. Why don't you get a or like why don't you lose some weight, grandma? Hey, don't talk to my wife like that. Who are you talk to, fatty? Why don't you roll? I just saw that on Instagram and I was like, yo, that is some of the stuff they said they let fly on Nickelodeon was just incredible.
I bet. Yeah, if we went back and watched some of those shows, we'd be like, oh my.
like the panty raid episode with Patrick, Mr. Krabs, and SpongeBob, and Patrick's like, I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid. And it was like, what? It's like they let that fly. Oh man. Good times, good times,
Different
good times.
times.
Craig, what you looking forward to the most this season? What can we expect from you coming up?
Let's see. So we talked about being a robot versus enjoying life, and I'm gonna give the next 10 months my all. I'm gonna do everything right. I'm gonna like eat right. I'm gonna travel a little bit less. I'm gonna stay off my feet. I'm gonna do everything right. And I'm really excited whether it goes horribly wrong or horribly great, just to
Yeah.
see what happens, like just so that I don't when I'm older be like, I wonder if I had just been serious for 1 year.
Yeah.
So I'm
Got
really excited. And I want to tell my fans and I want to tell people that follow me like so that I hold myself accountable. So I might end up getting on social media like you're saying and doing the thing you said.
listen. The good thing is everybody's gonna hear this because I forgot what I said. I think it's like combo with Craig or something like conversations with Craig.
Craig the Bob the Builder.
Craig the Bob the Builder. Can we fix it? Yes, he can. Last but not least, before we get to rapid fire, are you having fun?
Oh yeah. Are you?
It
I'm
just
in Las
depends.
Vegas, my guy. I'm having a great time.
Viva Las Vegas. Am I having fun? I'm in Orlando. So the answer is no. But you have survived down the home stretch now. I'm sorry, you have survived the interrogation process. Now it's time for our final segment called Down the Home Stretch. I'm going to ask you a few rapid fire questions. So I want you to answer them to the best of your ability. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
There was a food that you could live with and a food that you could live without. What would those food items be?
Food I can live with, biscuits. Food I could live without mayonnaise.
Really? From the
Mhm. Gone from the wipe it.
why?
Gone. I hate it. Oh, I don't even know what it is.
Okay. What is the most important meal of the day? And your favorite meal of the day?
Dinner.
Dinner. Okay.
Big dinner guy.
Big dinner guy. I feel that. Let's say they were going to make a movie about your life, about your journey. Who do you want to play your character?
Well, me.
I like that.
I
You
want to
know.
be 50 Cent in his own movie, you know. I want to be Eminem. I I minored in theater in college.
Okay, I see you. So
Uh-huh.
Craig Engels, based on a true story. All right, what would the movie be called?
So my favorite movie is Into the Wild.
Okay.
So we'd name it something similar to that.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. All righty. Let's just say this. You had to have dinner with anybody on this planet. They have to
Uh-huh.
be alive though.
Uh-huh.
Who do you want to have dinner with?
I'm I know this is gonna sound bad, but I'm going Donald Trump because I want to know
Okay.
every secret of every president ever. And I know one president who will tell me all of them.
And it will be him.
It would be him. I want to know if we're living in a simulation and the last 4 years have just been this big social experiment.
Okay.
And I think he would be the one to tell me. I would say Joe Biden, but like I don't know how fun that conversation would be.
Why don't you think it'll be fun?
I don't know if I don't know how there he is. I don't know how there Donald Trump is though. So I would just like to know what the hell is going on.
Ooh, this is going to be fun when it comes to the ratings of this podcast. We are looking forward to that. Dream vacation spot.
Dream vacation spot.
Yes, sir.
Uh shoot, probably a road trip around the United States, but if not, then I'll choose Iceland.
Iceland? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, a couple more questions. Let's just say you can play any other sport than the sport that you currently
Golf.
participate in. All righty. And the last question.
I gotta go golf, man. It's so easy on the body.
Last question. Why does kindness matter to you?
Why does kindness matter?
Yes, sir.
Kindness, kindness. God, it's hard not to be cheesy here, huh?
It's okay.
I guess kindness. Let's think on this before I answer. But kindness matters, or else we all be at war. I think if we weren't kind to each other, then we would just be wanting to steal everything from everyone. We wouldn't be help anyone. But I mean, there's different kinds of kindness.
Yeah.
But I
Um,
think like just at the most basic level, it's just like respecting other humans and like their individuality.
yeah.
And like that's something that's like so forgotten because of politics recently. But like we just everyone, if everyone was just kind to each other and realized that my actions don't affect you, unless they do, then you can not be kind to me. But but yeah, I don't know. I guess everyone just needs to be kind, like to some extent, whether it's minding their own business or helping other people, you know, like yeah.
Craig, you have survived down the home stretch. You killed it, my brother. Tell me where, and tell the others, where can the good people, tell me the dog's name first.
This is Phoebe. This is Valerie's dog, this is Valerie.
Yeah.
That's Valerie, and this is Valerie's dog. It's Death.
Okay. Well, we give a special shout out to Phoebe. Very, very important member of the show. Where can the good people find the adventures of Craig and Phoebe on social media?
Yeah. You can follow me on Instagram, but more so if you want, just come out to one of my races. Come to my
That's
race, meet me. Maybe we'll cool down together. We'll get to know each other. Just come meet me, not virtually, you know?
listen, I agree with you. And sorry for the ding that just appeared in my computer, which you all heard. Unfortunately, I have a fantasy draft that people are asking me about because I
Come
actually forget.
on.
No, here's the unfortunate tragedy. It was supposed to be online, but I forgot and made it an offline. And so like everybody's like, you suck. And I'm like, you're right. But that's okay. We take L's and sometimes we bounce back. And tonight
You
is
got
going to be one of those like
you got some catching up to do, but yeah, thanks for having me on, man. You're very entertaining.
dude, I appreciate you as always. Appreciate everybody who has followed. Thank you. Love, peace, and chicken grease, and we'll catch you next time.